Good morning, my name is Cheyney. I've come to visit my friend Dmytro at his farm here near Uman in the centre of Ukraine. Dima bought this farm a few years ago. It used to be an old Soviet farm, about 4,500 hectares around here, and he grows maize, wheat, sunflowers and rapeseed. Today Dima's going to show us around the farm. We're going to see what machinery they've got. They buy a lot of used machinery from the UK. We're going to see some of his fields, some of the crops, see how they're doing. I know, for example, the rape is looking really good. He's going to show us around the buildings, and we're going to look at how farming is done in the Ukraine and how things have progressed from the sort of Soviet era, and what they're sort of doing, and seeing the trends that Western farmers are using too. Some of the first big purchases for Dima were these second-hand class Lexion 580 combines. Him and his father went to the UK about 5 years ago and managed to source his combine. Had about 1,500 hours on the clock. They bought it for about £80,000, which is a massive saving considering in the Ukraine these sort of combines go for about $500,000. 10-metre grain header, I believe, and they chose the option with the tracks on the front. These combines are expensive, but Ukraine has got a very low labour rate. So for them, repairs, the cost of the repairs seem to be cheaper than going for a new machine. Dima was really happy with how the first class combine went. So a couple of years later, him and his father went back to England and got another 2 class Lexion 580s, also for around £80,000 to £100,000. Also both less than 1,500 hours on the clock. In Ukraine, getting credit from the bank is you pay ridiculous interest. So a lot of the machinery he has here on the farm was bought from using cash and bought from abroad and imported. It requires a little bit more maintenance and the cost of spare parts, but obviously having 3 combines that are the same, they can share the parts, and that can sort of cover the cost a bit better. So Dima likes to buy a lot of used machinery from the UK, and he wants to sort of tell everyone out there, if anyone's keen on buying a used tractor from him, this beauty here is for sale. So any interested parties, send an email in the link. This is Dima's one of his older tractors. This is Ukrainian made from the city of Kharkov. It's called a T150. One of the good things about these tractors is the spare parts are very cheap. One of the bad things are you have to fix it every day. Another bonus point here is you never need to have to change the oil because it leaks all the time. All you have to do is just top it up. So it's always got good oil in the engine. Although Dima buys a lot of second-hand machinery, he has to buy something new sometimes. And this is one of his more recent purchases. He got this last year, Amazon self-propelled sprayer, the Pantera 4500, 4,500 litre tank, 36-metre boom. It has a Selectron individual nozzle control, raises up, the wheels go out. It really suits his cropping, and it does a great job, and he's very happy with it. Black soil. That's why it's called Chernozem, which means black land. Блядь, да ну нахуй. Я побольше копать. Dima's been doing some experiments with his winter rape. We've got 2 different trial plots here. This one was direct drilled using a Kuhn S Pro. And this field here, using the Kuhn Gladiator, strip tilled, putting fertilizer down, and then straight afterwards was drilled. But the spacing between the plants was 70 centimeters, so quite a big difference in establishment methods. He's looking forward to see which one yields the best. Be interesting to hear what you guys think about this. Put your suggestions or which will yield better down in the comments below. This is one of Dima's fields of winter wheat. In this area, traditionally, wheat is only for sort of feed purposes, but this variety, Ronin from KWS, is sure to make million grade. It was planted using the Mzuri strip till drill, 6 meter wide, and we're looking at probably 6 to 8 tons yield once harvested. So this is the kind of sprayer, a trail sprayer you'll find on a lot of the farms in Ukraine. It's locally manufactured, small 2,000 litre tank, 12 metre boom, and as you can see there's no precision ag here at all. It's all fully manually controlled. Lean out of the cabin and pull the lever kind of job. This is how a lot of the farmers still work in Ukraine, who haven't managed to progress onto that premium or that precision ag level. These are the 2 headers Dima uses for harvesting his sunflowers. They're made by Zafrani from Italy, both 9 meters wide. They try and use as wide headers here as possible because the average field size is about 85 hectares, and harvesting as quick as possible is the most important thing. And over here we have the 3 serial headers that Dima bought with his combines from England. These 2 are the 9 meter ones and it's the 10 meter one. They still work great and he's happy with them. Although he's thinking about buying a new combine maybe this year or next, and even getting an even bigger header for that one. So when Dima and his father last went to England to buy these combines, he discovered the company Mzuri and their methods of conservation tillage or strip tillage, and it completely changed his outlook on the way they do the farming here at the farm. So all this machinery here has not been used for the last few years. He's converted his system and now gone to more conservation or a strip till system, which he finds suits the soil really well and the crops that he grows here. So this is all for sale if you wanted. This is the old fuel station on the farm, where the farm used to fill up all the vehicles and tractors with diesel. But as in any country like this or a large farming operation, fuel theft has been a big problem. And Dimitri's moved on to a system now which is fully digitized. So every driver, operator, when he needs to fill up, has to use a card. And what comes out, what's put in the vehicle, is allocated to him. And this has helped minimize theft and streamline the whole business as a whole. Dima's farm is only 220 kilometers from the port of Odessa. So 100% of his crops, both the cereals and the oilseeds, get sent there to be exported. He's got his own fleet of trucks, and he sends his drivers down in these freight liners. The freight liners are fantastic because it's got a little cabin in here for the driver, and it's even big enough for 2 or maybe 3 of her lady friends if he gets bored in the queues at the port. These are typical Ukrainian road train trucks that take the grain to the port. They can fit, according to the law, 27 tons, but in reality they can fit up to 60 tons, allegedly, which is probably why the roads here are so fucking awful. During the summer at harvest time, there's a massive risk of fires. So by law, every farmer has to have a fire truck by the harvest, ready and waiting, just in case things get out of hand. This needs a little bit of work before harvest time, but Dima always sticks to the law and the rules. Dima's farm is pretty large, 4,500 hectares, and so the weather can vary from one end to the other. That's why he's invested in these weather stations. He has about 5 or 7 around the farm, and they give him all the information he needs. It has a 3G router modem at the top, so everything's available online. But obviously with any expensive machinery, he has to put it in a cage, so it doesn't get taken by the locals and sold on the marketplace. this is the drill Dima uses for all his farm now, for all his cropping. It's the second year in operation. It's the Mzuri 6 meter Pro-Til, strip till drill. At the moment he's planting sunflower seed, spacing of 70 centimeters. This is the setup he uses. This is the only drill setup he uses on the farm now. Got his 500 horsepower Challenger, tractor, and his 6 meter Mzuri Pro-Til drill, which is using the strip till method. Planting sunflower seed, a spacing of 70 centimeters, but at a flick of the switch, that can go to 35 centimeters. It's actually using a John Deere auto steer system in this tractor, which works really, really well, and he prefers that over other systems. You can see at the front here, he's also applying liquid fertilizer, a starter fertilizer, and on the back, he's applying a nitrogen fixing, like bacteria-based granule. And also, I think another starter fertilizer, some urea ammonium nitrate, UAN fertilizer as well. So it's sort of a whole one-pass operation. And this is a system now that he uses all over the farm. So he uses this drill to plant his wheat, his corn, his sunflowers, and his rape. So everything's done with this drill. And the results so far have been really, really good, and he likes it a lot. So this methodology is called conservation tillage or strip till. And what it's done here is he's gone straight into the previous crop, which was maize. And the benefits of conservation or strip till is that you're only cultivating where the seed is going. So you're protecting the soil structure, holding in some of that moisture, which is important when you're planting late in June. And the fertilizer and the granules, everything's going right by the seed, not to the left or the right. Everything's going in the furrow where it's needed, the nutrients needed. And it gives the plant a great start. That early fertilizer will help that plant establish and to grow well. Dima, thanks very much for inviting me to come and have a look at your farm. I think it's really great what you guys are doing here. You've completely changed your methodology and you've moved on to this precision ag system of conservation or strip till. I think it's fantastic what you're doing. You're taking the ideas which have been used so popular in Europe for the last 15, 20 years, and you brought them to Ukraine and using them on a large scale. The system's not for everyone, but for him, his land, the climate here, he's finding it really, really great. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the program. If you've got any questions, thoughts, you want to see some more videos about this sort of stuff, write down in the comments below, please. My name is Cheyney. I'm from FarmScan Ag. We sell precision controllers, rate controllers for liquid sprayers, liquid fertilizer applicators, injectors, seeding complexes, and for trailed fertilizer spreaders. If you'd like to learn more about our company or like to know about our products, we'll leave a link down below. We have a representative in Ukraine. We'll also leave their details as well, or you can send us an email. It's been good to see you guys. Dima, thanks very much. Until next time, take care. And I hope this is a good crop and you get a good harvest.
I'll give you all of what I've got. The fancy finds, baby, I have not. Just gonna love you. Yeah, I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love you, baby. Cross my heart and hope to die.